Hello, welcome back to the channel. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. I've just about recovered from my man flu. It's taken me a few days to get over that. But yeah, delighted to be here today for Millwall versus Watford, our second watch along of the season. My younger brother actually has made his way over to London, so I'm keeping an eye out for him on the Sky Sports cameras right now. They are showing photos of the crowd actually as well. So yeah, looking out for my younger brother. We'll go through the team news in just a moment, but first we'll say hello to a few of you in the live chat. I can see Jake here who says big result needed tonight. Absolutely. Sparkle Fairy says, come on, you warns, as does Hobby Town, and it's no Kodu. VJ is in the building. Melanie, one of our channel members, is here as well. Josh Lewis says, evening James, rate the lineup 1 out of 10. Well, we'll come on to that in just a moment. Josh, Bedlis is here. Josh has gone 1-0. Iran Kunda free kick. It's no Cody. 2-0 Watford. I went 2-0 to Watford as well. I think hopefully we'll finally get our first clean sheet of the season. Fingers crossed. That is what I'm hoping for today. But before the game kicks off, let's take a look at our starting 11. And here it is. So, a very peculiar 11, I think it's fair to say, for today's game. Looking at Millwall very briefly, Cooper, a big threat from set pieces. I believe he scored against Watford a couple of times before. Coburn, again, I think he scored against us last season, actually, as well at Vicarage Road. So one to keep an eye on up front. Luongo, a good midfielder as well. Other than that, it seems like the Millwall fans aren't too, pleased with the lineup they've put out from what I've read on social media. They have a big injury list as well, so an opportunity potentially for Watford today to hit an injury struck Millwall side at the Den. When you look at Watford's team, I think Thotmob have probably got the formation spot on. I think it's clear we're lacking a right back today. I don't think Matty Pollock will play out there as this formation suggests, and I reckon Matty will be in the free, and we might see a debutant for Mozamendi go over to that right back position. So yeah, quite a defensive lineup from Watford today. You got Iran Kunda up front, which of course is fantastic to see, but Vivaldo Semedo is a bit of an odd shout, to be honest with you. I would have Barr on the bench and Luca Kiramgard on the bench as well. So, yeah, very odd, actually. Of course, glad to see Imran Loser back into the 11. And we have to mention as well, Papa Mendy, the former Leicester City midfielder, also making his debut for the Hornets today. He's managed to get his fitness back during the international break. So, those are the two teams. We'll come back to FOTMob at half-time to take a look at all the stats and statistics in the match. Right, here we go. The teams are out. We're waiting for the referee to blow the whistle. And this is a big game for Paolo. It really is. I'm not understating that in the slightest. I feel if Paolo fails to win against both Millwall and Hull City, his future really is going to be untenable in the owner's eyes. I really do believe that strongly. I think that for Paolo, at the minimum, he needs to be picking up a win and a draw in the next two, so 4 points out of 6 available. Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a bit of an odd time to be a Watford fan at the moment. Every game at the moment seems like it's absolutely massive, and we've had to wait so long over the international break to play this game of football. Everyone else played over the weekend, and of course Watford was the match selected for Monday night. So yeah, looking forward to it. The match is about to kick off. I will be reading through your comments throughout the game as well. I do have to get the scoreboard ready to go for when the referee blows his whistle. I think we might be doing a minute's silence here or something by the looks of it. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Sky Sports highlighting Massimiliano Luongo at the moment. Most possession won for Millwall in the Championship this season, apparently. He is a really good midfielder, to be fair. But yeah, we've got Hector Cipriano and Imran Louza in our side, so hopefully they'll be the better of the midfield pairing today. Matt says, hello, James. Hello there. Says, shame with Bar. He's a quality player, but always does better as an impact sub. Yes, I do agree. I think Bar's best moments this season, you have to say, have been when he's come off the bench. I think that's quite obvious. He scored against Southampton off the bench. He made an impact in the League Cup off the bench as well against Norwich City. And yeah, against Blackburn when he started, I did feel, he was man-marked by 2 or 3 players at times during that game, and he was quite anonymous throughout, really. So, yeah, a shame to see Barr on the bench, but he's still young. He still needs to learn how to change his game up depending on the opposition he plays. And, yeah, if Watford are in a good position, and we have the likes of Kier Umgard, Barr, and Vata to come on against tired legs, I think that's a good position to be in. My one concern is, really the players, the players we're starting with in attack, Vivaldo, Semedo, I've not been too convinced about so far, to be quite frank. And yeah, Nestri, Iran Kunda, he needs to show a bit more from open play for me. So yeah, a very defensive lineup from Watford today. Looks like a 3-5-2 or a 5-3-2, whatever way you want to say it. But yeah, the players just did a minute's applause for Matt Beard. He sadly passed away during the week. And it looks like Watford are going to be shooting away from our fans first. So we're going to be shooting towards our own fans in the second half of this fixture. Okay, we are ready to go here at the Den. It's certainly not sold out. Plenty of empty blue seats around the stadium, which, is a shame to see, actually. I'm not sure what's really going on at Millwall at the moment. But the referee has his whistle in his mouth. And we are underway. The timer is off. And we are away here at the Den. Watford making a quick start, trying to win back possession here. Nestri, Iran Kunda chasing down the loose ball. And it goes out for a Millwall throw. Jay Gustavo is saying something in Portuguese there, I believe. I'm sorry, Jay. I can't live translate on the spot. Matt says, hello, James. Owen has gone for a 2-1 score prediction. Tom out in Australia says, hello all, 1-1. Sparkly Fairy says, we need Bar on. Philip Mason says, no, Jeremy Petrie. Yeah, a few players absent today from the matchday squad entirely, which is certainly very interesting because it doesn't seem like they're injured. It seems like they have just been excluded, really, based on maybe their training ground performances, or maybe, maybe they're not ready to start a full 90-minute match. But no Pierre Duomo on the bench, no Jeremy Petrie. So yeah, it's quite odd, and no Mamadou Doumbia either. So yeah, 3 players there totally excluded from the matchday squad today, which is a strange one actually. Magnus says 2-0, another Iran Kunda worldie. Tony says, evening. Ooh, evening, Tony. I hope you are well. I'm probably slightly behind. I'm usually about 10 seconds behind you guys at home because, I'm not watching directly on... I have a Virgin box downstairs, like a Virgin Media box, and I'm watching Sky Sports via my iPad app. So that's probably got a small delay anyway. And of course, I'm streaming to you on YouTube. So yeah, I'm probably 10, 15, 20 seconds maybe behind real time. So but you've got the timer on screen so you can see exactly where I'm at. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. We're trying to hit 1.7k today. We may have already done that already. Let's take a look. We're 1 subscriber away. So if you are watching and you haven't, do click that button down below. It'd be very much appreciated. Okay, Millwall with the goal kick. Goes long. Evan Mitchell says, hello, how am I? I'm good, Evan. How are you? Yeah, I'm a bit worried today. Yeah, bit of a strange Watford starting 11. I want Paolo really just to pick the best players we have and put them in their natural positions. I feel like he's done a lot of unnecessary tinkering. When actually, football, when you boil it down to what it is, it's quite a simple game, really. I can't really speak too much on that because I've never made it as a professional manager. But yeah, for me, you got players available, just play them in their natural positions. I think today it looks like square pegs in round holes for some reason. So yeah, interesting. Ah, come on. I'm just trying to work out the shape we're playing, actually. It's quite an interesting, fluid shape. I can't really tell you what system we're playing today. I was at the game against Blackburn at Vicarage Road, and even in the stands from where I sit, watching it from kind of like a bird's eye view, I really had no idea. Semedo chasing down the Millwall goalkeeper. They send it long. Josh Coburn picking up the ball and carrying it quite nicely down this right-hand side. Good defensive work there from Mark Boller. Ball comes into the box. Selvik went to claim it and then actually retreated back into his goal. Max Lane down this right-hand side into Papamendi. He's looking really energetic actually so far. Papamendi in midfield has been Watford's bright spark so far, darting all around the pitch in various positions. I'm quite excited about him as well. By all accounts, the Leicester fans really enjoyed him. He seems like a top professional, maybe not quite cut out for kind of the very top level of Premier League football, but yeah, at Championship level, I think Papamendi in midfield with Hector and Luza could do a pretty good job, in my opinion. So yeah, a couple of new players to look at today, and for Mendy in defence and Papamendi in midfield, the two Mendes as we'll call them. Here's Nestri Irankunda shifting the ball away from Millwall. A lovely crossfield pass actually over to this right-hand side here. Go on. Ah, unlucky. Yeah, to me, it looks like, so far, for Mendy, our new defender, has been taken up that right wing back position, which is kind of what I expected. By all accounts, he used to play that role occasionally at his old club, FC Lorient in France. So yeah, Mark Boller is a left wing back, for Mendy right wing back, and then you've kind of got Pollock, Max Lane, and Kevin Caben as your three central defenders. And yeah, if Watford are in possession, seeing them right now, they're pushing up quite high actually. Max Lane looking to play an incisive pass forward to Hector Cipriani. It gets intercepted. Hector picks the ball back up. Referee, surely that's a foul. Thank you very much indeed. Unfortunately, not close enough to the box for a Nestri Irankunda free kick, but hopefully we'll see one at some point today. Yeah, a clear foul there on Hector Cipriani. And a free kick to Watford in a good position. Rudy says, hello, James. Hello, Rudy. I hope you are well. Evan says, I think the team lineup is odd. What do I think? Yeah, I alluded to that already. I think it's a very defensive lineup. I think Paolo has probably identified how physical Millwall are, and stereotypically the Den is a difficult place to go in football. So yeah, maybe that's part of the thinking when it comes to picking his team. But yeah, more defensive than I anticipated. We have Vata, Luca, Kiramgard and Bar all sitting on the bench ready to come on. So yeah, if Watford do fall behind at some point, we do have firepower on that bench available to us. I've just not really been convinced by Rivaldo Semedo as yet in his Watford career. He doesn't seem to offer, too much. I feel Luca Kiramgard, whilst he's had A couple of good moments against QPR, scoring them goals, and his performance away at Swansea I thought was good. He's not really had much service since. So, yeah, for me, I would have played Luka Kiramgard again. Oh, a foul here on the edge of the Watford box. Papamendi committing the foul. And this is a real dangerous position actually for Millwall. This is what you would call Nestory Irankunda free kick territory. Now, I don't know if Millwall have any decent free kick takers, but yeah, this is pretty much as close as you could get to the penalty box without it being a penalty. So, dangerous. Okay, so they can go either side here. I mean, it's pretty central to the goal as well. So, yeah, a left footer or a right footer as well. Right in front of them travelling Watford fans as well. Oh, dear. Oh, it's a goal. It's a magnificent goal. And Millwall go ahead. It was a great finish. It was a great free kick. Wow. What a goal that is. And I feel sorry for my brother in the away end actually. Egil Selvik lying on the floor. I don't know if Egil Selvik has injured himself there trying to make that save. Jesus. What a goal that is. You know what? It's not even right in the top corner. I feel Egil Selvik could do better there. Let's watch it again. The number 10 for Millwall scoring in the end. I mean, it is a good strike. But again, Watford not keeping a clean sheet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a goalkeeping expert, but I did feel Egil Selvik could have done better there. It wasn't right in the top corner. Kamil Negli scoring the goal for Millwall. Looks like he's an Algerian. Yeah, Egil Selvik looks to be in some discomfort here. The Watford physios have come onto the pitch. Melanie says he collided with the post. Hopefully he's okay, Melanie, because he's so crucial to our team. Let's get that score changed. Unfortunately, Millwall have taken the lead, and Watford. I do worry for Paulo. I really do worry for Paulo. I don't want to get into it too much, but I do feel if we lose today and we lose the next game, I think questions have to be asked. And I'm the most positive for fans as well. I back managers for as long as feasibly possible, but even me, Watford want to get promoted this season. That's ultimately the goal, and we're one place above the relegation zone as it stands. I know we're still early on in the season, but so far, whilst we've had some good moments, performances haven't suggested to me we're a top 6 team. Yeah, I am concerned here. Nathan Baxter getting warmed up. Could he be set to make his first Watford appearance? Egil Selvik really in some discomfort here. Oh, dear. Dear. Evan Mitchell, not a good start. Hope Selvik is okay. Absolutely. Paul Taylor, clearly not happy in the live chat. He looks okay, Egil Selvik, actually. He looks a bit concussed, actually. Let's watch the replay again. Did he collide with the post? His head? Oh, yeah. So the back of Egil Selvik's head there, kind of whacking the post as he went to make that save. Not good. Not a good start for Watford this. Deary me. Giving the ball away to Millwall straight again. Josh Coburn, great hold-up play. Lays it off here. Imran Louza coming across to do some good defensive work, but it goes out for a corner. So Imran Louza there, getting back, helping out the Watford defence. But it goes out for the first corner of the game. Nearly 13 minutes played here at the Den. Magnus says, here we go again. Come on, we've got to be positive. We've got to be positive. Corner comes in, and again, I think it takes a touch off a Millwall player there. It just goes over Egil Selvik's post and out for a Watford goal kick. Yeah, Cooper there. I did say he's a threat from set pieces. He got a touch on that, but not enough to direct it goalwards, thankfully. Oh, come on. Come on. We can do this. We can do this. Max Lane fouled there. Free kick given to Watford. The referee says, did we take it too quickly, perhaps? I'm not too sure. Wrong position, maybe. I think referees sometimes are on like a right old power trip. I saw at the weekend, Jack Grealish was moaning about it as well in his post-match interview, where I think it was Keenan Shrewsbury Hall. Everton were losing in the Merseyside derby, and obviously they're going to take the free kick as quickly as possible, and the referee booked Shrewsbury Hall for taking the free kick quickly, which I found bizarre. If it's Everton, they want to get back into the game as quickly as possible, so yeah, strange really. And I don't know what happened there with Watford, but yeah, punishing Max Lane for something. Will says, what happened to the whole having loads of 6-foot+ players? We should be dominating these set pieces. It's been a weak point for us all season, Will, I would say. So, yeah, with the goal today, still no clean sheet for Watford this season. Southampton, from set pieces, we were really poor. We've conceded a lot from corners actually this season and other set piece scenarios. So yeah, it's a big frustration for me. And how do we resolve that? I'm not too sure. I'm not a tactical analyst. But yeah, Watford. Yeah, we invested quite a lot into our defence this summer, and yeah, still the issues persist, which is really frustrating. Iran Kunda down here just holding his head. All airtime, says bloody awful start. I know, not great, not great. Come on. Paolo Pezzolano there in his Watford branded coat. Hopefully he can come up with some tactical master plan to get Watford out of this mess. I would love Danny Roll though. Like if Watford do ultimately sack Paolo, I don't want to foreshadow it too much, but if the inevitable does happen, Danny Roll, I'd love him. I'd love him at Watford. I don't know if we could afford his wages, but quality manager. He really was. At Sheffield Wednesday, obviously they have a massively subpar squad, and they were really performing above expectations with him in charge, and the football they play as well, and the way he communicates with the media. For me, I think it'd be a great fit to join Watford, but yeah, for now, we back Paolo, and hopefully we can come back and hopefully win this game. That's the plan. That is the plan. 17 minutes gone, and so far, Watford haven't created anything. I don't even think we've had a shot yet. So, not good at the moment from both a defensive and an attacking perspective. Oh my gosh. Faffing around at the back here. Millwall with a really high press, trying to win the ball back from Watford. Max Lane cuts back inside, nearly gets the ball nicked off him. Watford playing with fire at the moment. They really are. Yeah, the Watford fans in that lower tier not looking too impressed at all. It's fair to say, a lot of glum faces already. Here's for Mendy in that right wing back role. Plays it back to Max Elaine, who is on the right hand side of the back three. Max Elaine looking to find Papa Mendy. Elaine back to Mendy. And here come Millwall down this left hand side. It's played down the left channel and Watford win the ball back. Come on, lads. We're just faffing around at the back. Let's get it up the pitch. You know, this is where I feel like a Luca Kiramgard would have been really fantastic, because whilst Vivaldo Semedo has a real big physical presence, he's a big figure, he's got a massive body, he doesn't seem that great at actually taking the ball down and just relieving the pressure for a few seconds. Whereas Luca, from what we've seen, is quite effective at doing that. So, yeah, surprised to not see him start. Big chance here. Hector Kyprianou, loser with the shot. And that is Watford's first shot of the game. Imran Loser blasting that over the bar. Our first real foray forward into the attacking third. And yeah, Loser with a shot on the edge of the Millwall box there. But yeah, not on target, unfortunately. God, it's stressful watching the Hornets, isn't it? It really is. I think we're back on Sky Sports next week, actually. Yeah, we have the game on Saturday against Hull City. And then we play Portsmouth next Wednesday live on Sky Sports once again. So, yeah, I'll probably be back for that as well. Nestri Irankunda jinking away inside the penalty area. Have a shot. And again, another shot going over the bar for Watford. This time from our new signing, Papa Mendy. At least he's having a go. I always say this. Even when you're playing shit, have a shot. Have a pop. If you get the opportunity and it opens up, have a pop on goal, because you never know what will happen. It can go off someone's arse. It could take a deflection. It could be a rocket of a strike. You've got no idea. So, yeah, for me, even when you're playing badly, if you get into them areas, don't waste it. Don't faff about. Don't play this stupid tiki-taka sideways football. Have a shot on goal, because that's the only way you're going to score. Yeah, Papa Mendy looking really good so far, actually. Out of the three midfielders, he's having the best game as it stands. Will says Rajovic was a bit dodgy, but he had some great control and could hold the ball up a bit. Yeah, Rajovic for me was what I would call a poacher, a box striker. Outside of the box, I would say, I know you've been generous there, Will, but I would say Rajovic was largely ineffective. But inside the penalty area, if you give him a chance, 8 times out of 10, he'll probably put it away. And I feel like he's done quite well at his new club, actually. He seems to be scoring quite a few goals over there. So, yeah, a lot of people were divided on Rajovic. I quite liked him. Maybe not as a starter, but yeah, certainly as a bench option, I thought he was okay, actually. Oh, massive chance for Millwall. It should be 2-0. Josh Coburn at the near post. Goodness me. I'm shocked he's not stuck that away. Stupid defending by Watford. Absolutely rubbish. Really poor. And should be 2-0 to Millwall there, really. Sparkly Fairy says, when is Chakvedazzi back? I've got no idea, to be honest with you. So the club, from what they said publicly, was that the original aim was for Georgie to be back today for this game. Clearly, he's nowhere near being back fit. So, yeah, I'm actually really concerned for Georgie. I mean, he was out back in April, if you remember. So, yeah, from April to, let's say, late October, early November, that's when I believe he may be back. That's a long time to be out injured. That's 6-7 months out. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just taking a pure kind of speculative guess, but I would say maybe mid to late October at best. It seems like it's quite a complex issue with kind of some sort of bone in his foot. So, yeah, a real shame to not have Georgie available. Here's Vivaldo Semedo on the right-hand side. And that's poor from Semedo. But he does win Watford a corner. No one up there to support Semedo. He was all on his own. There was no runners, nothing. He was on his own. And that was my concern, looking at this team selection before we got into this game. There was just no support for, Iran Kunda and Semedo, really. It was just so defensive. But, this, from situations like this, is where Watford could thrive. As someone said earlier, we've got massive players, and we're not making the most of these chances from set pieces. So the corner comes in, and it's headed away. The referee, I think, punishing maybe Mark Boller there for some tussling in the penalty area. Kevin Caben, my apologies. Yeah, Kevin Caben, I think that's harsh on him, to be honest with you. The referee giving that against Watford, very weak, really. But yeah. Oh, well. Ballum says Millwall are winning. Will Watford... let me try and get this up. Will the Watford manager leave? Who do you see? Do I see Dembele winning this? Lamine or Salah? Okay, you're talking about the Ballon d'Or, Ballum. For me, the Ballon d'Or should go to Ousmane Dembele. I think last season he was the best player in the world. Salah should be up there for me as well. Last season for Liverpool, he was immense. But I saw some rumours earlier suggesting potentially that Lamine Yamal might win it, which, whilst he had a good season, I don't think he was the best player in all of world football. So, yeah, for me, I'd say Dembele to win the Ballon d'Or. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. It'd be very much appreciated. I recorded quite a funny video, actually, that will be coming out later this week with my good friends Ned and George. It's nearly an hour long. It's quite a fun, happy video. So, yeah, if Watford ultimately do lose today, that's something to look forward to. It's a Watford challenge, is what I'll say. A good quiz, which is always fun. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that later this week. Probably around Wednesday night is when I'm looking to release that. Here come Millwall again. Edge of the box. Intercepted by Watford. We clear. Yeah, Iran Kunda and Semedo, they're just not working as a front two so far. Nearly half an hour gone, and they've both been largely ineffective. Ballum says, will I be Watford's new manager if he leaves tonight? I don't think I'm good enough. I said earlier, if Watford were to replace Paolo at some point, I'd love Danny Roll to come into the club. I think he's a fantastic head coach. So, yeah, for me, Ballum, if Watford were to get someone in, Danny Roll. Rudy says would be good to get a goal. It would, Rudy. It's been a bit of a bore fest so far. Whenever I do a watch along, it's not that exciting. It's so frustrating. Yeah, the Swansea watch along was okay actually. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, last season we watched some really boring games actually. Yeah, I was hoping for a bit more excitement and promise this season, but it's not materialised so far. Hopefully, we'll come back and get into this game. Yeah, I'm just looking at them Watford fans behind the goal. They really don't look too impressed. If you want to as well, you can become a channel member by clicking the join button down below. It really helps me out, of course. It helps me invest in new equipment, software, etc., to hopefully make the channel as good as it possibly can be. So yeah, if you want to and you want to help support me, you can become a The Watford Way channel member by clicking the link in the description down below. Come on, Watford. I think Paolo is going to have to make some changes at half time. I mean, we've got Vata and Bar and Kiramgar just sitting on the bench. Yeah, I think attacking reinforcements. I mean, Watford defensively. I mean, again, Millwall there. If they just had a player at the far post, again, that would have been probably a second goal, a massive opportunity. Watford just not clearing their lines effectively at all. Yeah, Pollock, Caben, Mendy, not that impressive so far. Tom, out in Australia, says seems to be lacking the street smarts for the championship. Absolutely, I totally agree with you there. Millwall seem to have a plan. Not clear what our plan is. Absolutely spot on there, Tom. Oh, I thought that was going in then. Header from Millwall, just to the right-hand side of Egil Selvik's post. Again, Watford seem to struggle getting the first contact on any sort of set piece. Not good at all. Not good at all. Will says we need a goal before half-time. Ballum says Luis Enrique of PSG for the best manager. Do I agree? Has he won, Enrique? Yeah, I really like him actually. I think he's top quality. I really like the football PSG play. But they did get demolished by Chelsea in the Club World Cup, so there is that as well. Nestri Irankunda fouled there. I mean, he's rolling around like he's been shot. There wasn't really much contact, but he has won Watford a foul there. Joe Bryan picking up the yellow card for Millwall. I'm going to go on social media to see what some other Watford fans are saying here. Someone said, need an Elton rocket up the arses of the players. Interesting. Someone else here on Twitter saying, total and utter lack of intensity to any of our defensive work. No pressure in midfield and not working hard enough to stop crosses coming in. So here we go. Watford from a set piece. And again, nothing comes from it. I can confirm the Ned I am referencing is not the Ned you are talking about, Ballum, to answer your question. The Ned I'm talking about is actually at the game today. So, yeah. I mean, my younger brother is actually at Millwall. So, yeah, I am looking out for him. He's in the top tier today. So, yeah, I'm hoping he gets to see a couple of goals. That's the plan. That's why he's gone and made the journey. It's quite expensive to go to London nowadays as well. Yeah, it's like from where I live about 17, 18 quid with like a rail card to get a discount. So yeah, it's not a cheap away day, even when it's relatively local. Mendy into Max Elaine back to Mendy down this right channel. Looks to put a ball into the box. He's not been very effective for Mozamendi at right back today. Imran loser as well. I feel like whilst he's come back into the team and been surrounded by a couple of better midfielders in Papa Mendy and Hector Cipriano, he's not really had any influence so far. Oh, I wish this was more exciting for you. I really do, but I'm finding this quite draining and depressing to watch, actually. I've been ill as well. I'm trying to battle my way through my illness to bring this to you. And yeah, Watford not rewarding me at all. I'm going to go and get a throat sweet, actually, because I can feel my throat drying up. So bear with me for 2 seconds. Here we go. What have we got here? We've got a blackcurrant throat sweet. Yeah, hopefully that will help. Come on, Watford. Loser on the ball. Out to Formosa Mendy. Watford appeal for a penalty there. Rivaldo Semedo chucking himself at the ball from Mendy. And here's Loser. Out to the left-hand side this time. Come on, Watford. Ugh. This is probably our best spell of sustained possession. Mendy again. Into the box. No one gets their head on it. Here's Loser. Looking to take the shot. He does shoot. And it's saved by the Millwall goalkeeper. A decent save there. Down low to his left-hand side. And that is the first shot on target for Watford today. Wow. Okay, Imran Loser there. Decent shot there from Imran, actually. He fake shots it a couple of times. And then, yeah, a nice effort actually of his left foot kind of curling down to the left-hand corner. Watford appealing for a handball just before that as well on Cooper. It did touch his hand, but I don't think it was intentional enough for the referee to give it. So, yeah, our first shot on target. Come on. VJ says, what flavour throat sweet have I got? Let me check. It says blackcurrant flavour. There we go. I'm nearly back to 100%, but yeah, earlier this week I wasn't feeling too great. Yeah, I went to the Tottenham Champions League match in London, which was a really good experience. I'd never been to a Champions League match in my life before, so I couldn't turn down that opportunity, of course. Tottenham versus Villarreal. But yeah, I think I caught the illness maybe either at the game or on the train to and from London because... yeah, ever since I went to that match, I've not been like really ill, but I've had a few stomach problems, it's fair to say, and yeah, I just feel a bit bunged up generally. So I was hoping Watford would reward me with a really great performance, but as we know as Watford fans, that is never the case. It's never simple with the Hornets. Oh, blimey. So not too long left to go in this first half. Probably, yeah, about 10 more minutes if you include added time as well. I'm glad Egil Selvik was able to stay out after that scare in the opening few minutes. Yeah, when he went down after that free kick for quite a while, I thought he was done and he was going to be taken off. So yeah, glad Egil Selvik is still on the pitch. All right, I'll get rid of this throat sweet now. It's irritating me. 2 seconds. All right. 38 minutes gone. Melanie says, I sound relieved that it's nearly half time. Yeah, I am actually. I am. I can't lie. I just want us to get there. I don't want it to get any worse. And then hopefully bring on a Bar, a Vata, a Luka Kiramgard to save the day, really. Again, it's not really management to me. We kind of saw it. I love Tom Cleverley. I really do like the guy, but we saw it with him last season as well, where he would just rely on really Kwadwo Bar to kind of save the day. And then when Bar wasn't available, Watford really struggled to create anything in the latter end of that season. And again, with Paulo, his benched Bar today, we can't just rely on one player as our saviour every time. We have to have a general system and style of play that can generate chances regardless of what player you put where. And that's my one frustration with Paulo so far. He seems to tinker with the team quite a lot. When really we should just have one base system. We stick to that. And then, of course, depending on availability, players can change. But yeah, I think the players are probably just confused. I would be. Richard, one of our channel members, says, Evening, James. How have we been doing? I am very well, Richard, other than the results so far. I hope you're well as well. You say, I've been selected to play in the tournament for Guidepost FC in a 5-a-side mental health team at Met Police Bushy. Congratulations, Richard. I'm sure you are far better than the Watford players we are seeing today. So best of luck with that tournament. Here come Millwall. They're camped on the edge of Watford's box here, looking to make inroads. Are they going to have a shot? It's cleared. Headed on by Nestri Irankunda. Vivaldo Semedo trying to run onto that. But he doesn't quite have the pace to get to the ball in the end. Yeah, my brother sent me a message, actually. So, as I said, he's at the game today. I'll try and show you his text message. He said, can you guys see that? I said, what did you have to eat? He said, burger and fries, £15 without a drink. And they're charging £3 for water. So £18 for my brother to eat today at Millwall. What a rip-off that is. Yeah, burger and fries. I mean, that should be about, what, £7-8, I would say. £15, quite steep, but yeah, it's like an airport, isn't it? Football grounds. Once you're inside, they can charge you what they want. So yeah, I told him to eat before he got there, actually, but yeah, clearly he chose the wrong option. He's been ripped off by whoever owns the burger place at Millwall. Come on, Watford. Yeah, I've not really been impressed by anyone so far. I mean, Imran Luz has had a couple of kind of like classy moments. Papamendi in midfield has looked okay as well. Hector Cipriani playing a bit more advanced, which is interesting. Maybe, making some late runs into the box. But, other than them three players, I think Irankunda's been off the boil. Semedo, non-existent. For Mozamendi, at right back has been quite odd. I don't know what's happening with Jeremy Petrie. Has he picked up an injury? I don't think the club have reported that. So, yeah, just a strange performance, really, for a team who are apparently going to challenge for the top 6, according to what the club have stated throughout the summer. So, yeah, very odd. I just feel very odd at the moment. I'm not too sure what to really make of Watford. Here's Iran Kunda. Good ball forward. Poor touch there by Hector Cipriano, I think it was. A good opportunity, actually, to turn and maybe get a strike away. And here come Millwall on the counter-attack now. Max Lane doing some one-on-one defending here. And Lane wins out in the end. Good defending there from the Manchester City loanee. Bloody LA. Yeah, I mean, if I was Paolo, as I said, I mean, we'll discuss this at half-time, of course, but I'd probably make 3, 4 substitutions. It's just not good enough. It really isn't good enough. Oh, Egil Selvik taking a risk there. Blimey. Coming quite far out of his goal to clear that. We'll find out how much added time there will be in just a moment as well. Iran Kunda running through. Again, no Watford players around him. The loose ball drops down on the floor. And there's just no one around him at all. How much added time have we got? I'm waiting for it to flash up on screen. Goal kick to Watford. 3 minutes of added time in the first half. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. I just feel quite bleak. I think bleak's the word, isn't it? I just feel quite down, really, watching Watford at the moment. We've had the Blackburn defeat, which was really poor. We've then had the 2 weeks off in the international break to mull over the result. And then we've come back and put in really a subpar performance. So, yeah, poor from the Hornets today. Our last away win was well over 200 days ago as well, against Middlesbrough. Mark Boller, again, not being helped by his teammates there. He concedes another corner, unfortunately, towards the end of this half. So, yeah, hopefully Millwall won't make it 2-0. Watford just need to get their first contact on these balls. We just seem to stand there, kind of like watching the ball, waiting for something to happen. Go and attack the ball, get it out and counter. So it's just so frustrating. It really is. Yeah, I can't remember the last time we won like a first contact at like the near post from a corner, both attacking and defending. So here we go, corner to Millwall. It comes in. They do win the ball again. Here's Josh Coburn. Oh no, it could be a penalty here. Don't worry, it's not. I was a bit over the top there. Not a penalty. Their player went to ground a bit too easily. Yeah, for Mendy, hands on the back of Millwall's number 21, but I wouldn't call it a shove necessarily. The referee wasn't interested anyway. But yeah, 30 seconds left to go here. Rudy says Paolo will definitely have to make some subs at this rate. Richard says his tournament is at 3 p.m. on Friday. Best of luck for that, Richard. Blimey. I do apologise. I apologise on behalf of the Watford players for what you guys have had to watch and listen to today. Not good at all. Oh my god, referee, surely that's a foul. Max Lane being rugby tackled there. My goodness. Yeah, the Watford fans just staring into the darkness, really. All airtime says, honestly, the worst half in a while. Bloody awful. Oh dear. Right. What do we make of that then? I'm sure most of you listening to me are also watching at home as well. Just extremely disappointed, really, from all aspects. Yeah, our only shot on target coming from Imran Loser. I mean, it was a decent strike, to be fair, forcing the goalkeeper into the save. I mean, all airtime sums it up here. Walking FC, but just faff around with it too much. You know, I watch teams come up against Watford, and they just run at us. You know, they run at our fullbacks, they scare us. You know, they put their best players in their best positions, and they have shots at goal. If they have half a chance, they'll have a pop. We seem to just, you know, not even under Paolo, under Ismail, under Cleverly at times, Edwards, Ismail. We just seem to faff about, play this boring football, side to side, trying to kind of entice the opposition. And then when we do eventually counter-attack, 9 times out of 10, nothing happens anyway. So, yeah, I don't know, it's just strange. I don't know how else to say it. It's just a strange performance. I mean, Philip says here, Watford came into it more as the game went on, but where is the promised high press that Pezzolano is known for? I mean, you're exactly right there, Philip. I mean, I read articles about Paolo Pezzolano. I mean, I was literally sent articles from people who work for Watford saying, you know, he plays this fantastic style. I'm not seeing any evidence of that yet. I mean, he was compared to Luis Enrique at PSG. His style was apparently meant to be similar to this high press that PSG play. They're relentless out of possession. Whenever they lose the ball, they're incessant on closing the opposition down and winning it back at the earliest opportunity. Let me just pause the timer here as well. It's still going on, I can see. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know really what to say. I don't know what to say to you other than I just hope we can make some substitutions in the second half and it improve. But again, is that management or is that just I just think that's panicking. You're not start your best players. Start your best players and play a system that puts them in their best positions. Please, it's so simple. It really is. I'm going to share my screen now so we can take a quick look at the average ratings from today's game so far. Here we go. So this is on FOTMob you're looking at currently. And you can see here the only... excuse me, the only Watford player with a rating above 7 is Max Lane. The rest... pretty poor, to be honest with you. Let's take a deeper look into Formosa Mendy, actually, because I felt he had a poor game for his Watford debut, probably being played out of position, I think it's fair to say. 88% pass accuracy, 1 chance created, 6 defensive contributions. Defensively, he's made 3 tackles, 3 clearances, 3 recoveries, but it's been dribbled past 2 times. He's won 50% of his ground duels, 50% of his aerial duels. So, yeah, a bit of a bang average performance from Formosa Mendy. I thought Papa Mendy here in midfield looked pretty good. He seems to be quite energetic, dancing around the pitch, which is good to see. I don't think he's been the worst player on the pitch. Imran Loser having this shot here on target in the 36th minute, diving down the Millwall keeper to his left-hand side to save that, which, was our best chance of the half. But yeah, I think we've been really underwhelming. I really do. if we take a look at the Watford bench and who we have available to bring on, Caleb Wiley is on the bench, which is certainly interesting. It's been a long time actually since Caleb Wiley was available. If he's fit, I would love to see him come on, but I don't think Watford would risk him in a game like today. James Abankwa, for me, actually is much more suited to that right wing back position. So again, if I was Paolo, I'd maybe look to swap Mendy at right back for James Abankwa. Kayembe and Sissoko will just skip over because I don't want them anywhere near the team today. Tom Ince is a player who, if you're winning by a couple of goals, is fine to bring on, but it's not someone I'd want to chase a game. It's these three players here who I feel should be substitutions at half time. I think Luca Kiramgard should come on for Vivaldo Semedo. Kwadwo Bar maybe for, this is hard, maybe for one of the centre backs potentially, and Watford shift to a back four. And then Rocco Vata maybe for, Papa Mendy or even a Hector Cipriani potentially. I don't think Hector Cipriani has had his best game today. So, for me, if possible, maybe a change of shape is required to get these three players on the pitch because, Watford have really had no goal threat at all so far, which is, really, really concerning, actually. And again, my frustration, another game and another game gone with no clean sheet. I can't even remember the last time we kept a clean sheet. It must have been towards the end of last season at some point. So, I mean, Sky Sports here showing the couple of chances Imran Louza had. Actually, I'm just seeing the shot he had on goal here. Decent shot, but you'd expect the Millwall goalkeeper to save that. So, I'll leave it there. I'm going to shoot off for a quick break and then we'll be back for the second half. Do get your thoughts in the live chat. I'll read them when I return. There we go. Hello, I'm back. Right, I'm ready for the second half. I've prepared myself. Oh, let's do some meditation together. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay. Yeah, just not good enough, is it? I think for me, um, I'm so out of patience with the whole shenanigans that goes on with Watford nowadays that, to be honest, if we lost today and we lose the next one and Paolo still makes strange decisions with a decent squad available, I'm kind of done with it. Like, I don't have the patience anymore for this. I'll actually give the club some credit. I thought the recruitment this summer was at a pretty good standard generally. But to still have performances like this, I mean, we've been seeing performances like this now for years, really. For the last 2 to 3 seasons, it's just been drab, boring, shit football. Let's be honest. And we have some of the most exciting players in this league. Vata, Bar, Doumbia, Loser, Kiprianu, Iran Kunda. To put out a performance like that with one shot on target, it's just not good enough. It really is not good enough. We're playing a system really where the wing backs are so important here, and Mark Boller isn't. Boller's okay, but I wouldn't say he's really full on attacking. Wiley's better in that regard, certainly. But to play essentially a big, lanky centre back as your right wing back, it's not effective. It's not working. They're getting bypassed down the flanks quite easily. Pollock, who's meant to be kind of a leader in the centre of defence, isn't having a great game in my opinion. He's not, Matty Pollock is someone who, I think for me he played his best football alongside Wesley Hoot. But yeah, since Hoot left, I think Matty's dropped off as well somewhat. Yeah, I don't want to go too in just yet. We've got another 45 minutes to play, but certainly, I mean, if Watford concede 2, 3, or 4 goals and it gets much worse today, I'm going to be furious. So, yeah, I'm ready for the second half. Hopefully it improves. I really hope it does. Come on. I can't strain my voice too much as well. My illness is stopping me from having a full-on rant. So, yeah, I'm sure you guys at home are glad about that. But, yeah, hopefully it improves. Let's get the live chat back up and see what you guys have been saying. Charlotte says, missed the first half. Were we any good? Nope. Melanie says, still playing as individuals, not a team. Alex says need to make early subs. Yeah, I mean, let's see what happens. Will Paolo make the subs now? Will he give them 10, 15 minutes to prove themselves? I think for me, you've got to be ruthless. I think Watford need to get more ruthless in their decision making. I said this summer with certain players leaving the club. Ryan Andrews, I loved having a player who was one of our own. Don't get me wrong. The pathway and story he had around him was fantastic. But at the end of the day, he wasn't good enough to play for Watford in a team challenging for promotion. And we've got to be harsh again today. If players aren't performing, just take them off at half time. Don't wait 10, 15 minutes. Get it done now and give ourselves, a good chance to go out there and get a goal back. Oh, God. I've got bad news to bring you. Egil Selvik has been substituted. So clearly Egil Selvik suffering from the injury in the first half. It goes from bad to worse for Watford. Our goalkeeper has been taken off. Nathan Baxter on, Egil Selvik off, which means Baxter now making his first Watford appearance. So good luck to Nathan. Hopefully he pulls out a good few saves for us if he's called upon, of course. But yeah, the only substitution we're making, it seems, is our goalkeeper. So the same team we saw in the first half has emerged for the second half. Other than our goalkeeper. So bad news for Selvik. Sky Sports suggesting it's a concussion substitution. So yeah, Egil Selvik clearly having some issues when he collided with the post. I'm surprised he stayed on for as long as he did, seeing the incident occur in real time. So yeah, concussion substitution being used by Watford for I think the first time actually. I've never seen Watford use a concussion substitution before. So interesting. I mean, I still have no faith this team can get it done, but let's see what happens. All Airtime says, I repeat, we are changing keepers. I have seen. Charlotte says, let's hope the second half is better. And Owen says, that is the spirit. I'm surprised you didn't go to the match, Owen, considering you wanted to tick off a few more away days this season. Charlotte says that's a free substitution. Yes, I believe so. So, yeah, I think you're right in the sense that it doesn't affect the number of other substitutions Watford can make. So, of course, in any match you can make 5 subs. But as we've had a concussion sub today, technically, if Watford want to, we can make 6 substitutions. So, yeah, you are absolutely spot on there, Charlotte, I believe. Thwog says, last clean sheet was against Hull City at Vicarage Road on the 8th of April. My goodness. Yeah, not good statistics here. Yeah, not looking good. I mean, our form towards the end of last season was poor. And so far this season, 1 win in, 7 games so far? 8 today if we lose. I mean, it's relegation form. I mean, let's put it bluntly, it is relegation form that Watford have been on for the past 6 months or so. Owen says he might do Sheffield United next month. A reunion with Chris Wilder, Owen. Good stuff. Charlotte says, my son plays rugby and it's best to take someone off if there is any risk of someone being concussed. Yeah, that's fair enough. And yeah, you know what? To be fair, at the time it happened, Charlotte, Selvik collided with the post. He did look quite disorientated when the incident actually happened. So yeah, I was surprised he wasn't actually taken off earlier, to be honest with you. So yeah, obviously Watford just taking precautions with Selvik. Hopefully he'll be okay. Although I do believe standard protocol for concussion is at least a week and a half out. So yeah, Selvik might be missing for the game this weekend at Vicarage Road, actually. Richard says, come on, you Orns, let's up the tempo and have a better second half. I'll tell you what I have forgot to do. I forgot to start my timer. You guys should have reminded me. Right, let me get back up to speed. Where are we? We're at 3 and here we go. There we go. We're back on. Yeah, so far, I'm glad I didn't go. Yeah, I had to make the decision, really. So if Watford had beaten Blackburn before the international break, I was going to book this to go with my brother. He's decided to go regardless. Fair play to him. But yeah, I was given the opportunity to go and watch Tottenham in the Champions League last week, and that cost quite a bit of money. So yeah, if I didn't go to Tottenham, I probably would have gone to Millwall today, actually. But yeah, instead, I'm watching this, thankfully, in the warmth of my own home. But yeah, I do feel sorry for the fans that have gone to watch this nonsense, really. I mean, if Watford lose today, I mean, the reception in the away end is going to be really toxic, I feel. as I said, fans don't have the patience. I think if Watford had hired a more well-known manager, let's be frank, Paulo can't speak fluent English. He struggles to communicate with us. We actually don't hear from Paulo, in a sense of, with previous managers, Watford would record kind of a 2-3 minute video where you'd hear their thoughts after a match. We don't hear from Paulo at all on video. So for me already, it was hard for him to connect with us as fans anyway. So yeah, I do feel firstly his lack of English, whilst it seems silly, in English football, you want to feel connected with your manager. And whilst Tom Cleverley was having poor results, at least we felt connected with the guy. Whereas with Paulo, to me, he just seems a bit arrogant, maybe. And yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel connected to the guy. I don't think there's anything wrong with me saying that. But he's certainly not helping himself with some of the selections he's making in the team. So there's 2 or 3 factors for me as to why I don't think Paulo will last much longer. And of course, the club, when they hired Paulo, the justification was, well, whilst he's a relatively unknown manager, he has secured promotion in Spain and in South America. He's done it in other leagues. But the English league's very different. I don't think people realise quite how high the level is in the Championship. Pretty much every team is at a very high standard. You're playing teams who are in the Premier League last season, even teams that get promoted from League One, like Birmingham City, invest huge sums of money nowadays. Charlton, even this summer, spent north of 10-15 million on player acquisitions. So I think people underestimate how hard this league is. And I think some people at Watford, Scott Duxbury included, I saw an interview with Duxbury last season where he suggested, Watford should be beating teams like Hull City and Preston. Well, maybe on paper we should be, but it's not that simple, Scott. So, yeah, I just think we still need a bit of a culture shift at the club. There's a lot to go into. I could make a whole video about this, but I'm still not totally confident on PP and how long he'll last. I do think Gino will just look at it and go, let's just get rid of the guy. That's how Gino's mentality works. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I always end up going on some sort of rant on a watch along. That's today's out of the way. There we go. It's done now. Unless Watford concede a couple more goals. Good play here by Watford. We're on the counter here. Loser with a 1-2. Out wide to Nestri Irankunda. Come on, Watford. Max Lane out to Matty Pollock. Matty Pollock really advanced here. Here we go. Boller into Loser. Has the shot. Blot. Papa Mendy. Out to Formosa Mendy. The 2 Mendys linking up. Rivaldo Semedo going for the header. Doesn't quite get to it. This is Watford's best attacking move so far in the second half. 53 minutes gone. And yeah, Hector Kyprianou going for the spectacular there. But ultimately it falls into the Millwall goalkeeper's arms. Our good friend Jerry is here. Hold on, Watford are attacking. I'll come back to Jerry in just a moment. Here's Hector Kyprianou. Have a shot, Hector. That's a superb bit of skill by Kyprianou. And a terrible pass there. Oh, dear. Come on, Watford. This is okay, actually. But this is a good spell of possession. Boller. Back to Matty Pollock. Into Imran Loser, who's dropping really deep. Here's Loser. Loser. Go on, have a shot, Imran. All right, we'll come back to Jerry now. Jerry says, I knew Watford would lose. I just knew it. And they are so far down the table, they will get relegated this season. That's payback for the incident that happened at the charity shop. Well, I am sorry about your incident, Jerry, but I have to say Watford are still better than Wealdstone. I know we are crap, but we are still better than Wealdstone. So shove that, Jerry. Will says it's sad, got to back our manager, but when he has so many good signings to work with, he should be getting the best out of them. Paolo still hasn't got his formation working. Absolutely, I think you're spot on there, Will. Will says, James, quick question. Is there some rule which means you're not legally allowed to show us the stream? Yes. Basically, if I showed you the match on screen, the Watford way would be deleted forever because of copyright laws. So I can't do that. So the best I can offer you is unfortunately my ugly mug watching the match and trying to commentate over it as best as I can. So yeah, that explains why I can't show it. If I could, I absolutely would. I know the Bundesliga did a deal with content creators where they can show matches on screen. For example, if you guys watch Mark Goldbridge on That's Football, he's allowed to show Bundesliga matches on screen. But unfortunately, at the moment, the EFL have never reached out to me to say I can show matches. So yeah, football copyright laws and generally in media, I can't show the matches on screen. Even with Watford's own content, I can't download a video from Watford's YouTube channel and then show it to you on here because they own that content. That's their right. So yeah, you have to listen to me, unfortunately. Daryl Grimes says, come on, Millwall, let's have another goal and move up to 9th in the table. Well, Daryl, I have to say, you have been the better team so far. I think it's been a game of pretty poor quality, to be honest, generally from both sides. But you have just edged it via, quite a wonderful free kick, to be fair. So, yeah, fair play, Daryl. Jerry has responded and he said, if everyone wants to know what happened, I visited Watford once and went into a charity shop there. A man didn't let me go through before him in my wheelchair. So you hate Watford. Well, Jerry, I apologise for your experience in that charity shop. However, that one man doesn't define a whole town. Plenty of us are nice people, I can assure you. So yeah, Jerry, thank you for coming in and saying hello as per usual. I'm sure lots of you in the live chat enjoyed Jerry's contribution. Oliver says, James, have been out, haven't seen the game. How have we played? Firstly, Oliver, where have you been? Where have you been? Have you been up to anything interesting? And secondly, we've been pretty awful. You've not missed anything bar one shot on goal from Imran Loser. So yeah, we've been pretty subpar, Oliver, unfortunately. Millwall scoring their goal from a free kick, a very good strike, but Watford just not creating anything at all, both in defence and attack. So yeah, really poor. And then James once laughed at me for being in a wheelchair. I did not, Jerry. I did not. I certainly did not do that. Sorry, I will clarify that. I did not laugh at you for being in the wheelchair. Ellis says, hope all is well, or seemingly not. It's not going that well, Ellis. It's a bit of a failure, actually, today. Daryl says, James, wasn't that a beautiful goal by Negley? Pure class. It was good. It was good. I'll give you that. Abner Silva says, I'm a Watford fan from Brazil. Hello, Brazil. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry you support such a rubbish team. But you've given us some great players. Thank you for João Pedro and thank you for Richarlison as well. You made us a lot of money, so we appreciate you for that. Absolutely. He's Iran Kunde. He tries a shot from a far distance and does win Watford a corner, actually. Nestri Iran Kunde there winning Watford a corner. Was out with your mate having an Indian for his birthday. Love that. Tell us your order, Oliver. I'm interested. It's much more exciting than the game we're watching. Happy birthday to your friend, however old he is. I won't sing for you, but yeah, happy birthday. Do you subscribe to the channel if you are new as well? Do you click the button down below? It's free if you have a YouTube account and totally easy to do. And it does allow you to talk in our watch-alongs as well. Oh, you know what? Sack Paolo. Sack him now. I've just seen the substitution. Get him gone. Get him gone. Get him gone. Edu Kayembe, ladies and gentlemen, is coming onto the pitch. Wow. Out of all of the substitutions to make, Kiramgard, Bar, Vata, he is bringing on Edu Kayembe. Oh my God. Oh my God. Who's coming off? So here we go. The substitution taking place. Papa Mendy coming off. Clearly maybe a fitness issue for Papa Mendy. He has just joined the club, of course. But not again. I can't do it again. I can't do it again. Please. Not again. I can't do it anymore. Hopefully Kayembe proves me wrong and comes back with a goal. Pierre Duomo is in the stands, by the way. Pierre Duomo in with the Watford fans by the looks of it, which is interesting. Ellis says, if Pezzolano were to be sat, which considering your club isn't far off, who would you want him replaced by? I won't go into it again in too much detail, but Danny Roll is my first choice replacement for Paolo Pezzolano. Abner Silva says, thank you very much. I don't know how to speak English. It's totally fine. I don't know how to speak Portuguese. But I'm a fan and also a Watford fan. Go Corinthians. Corinthians is the biggest club in Brazil. Well, hopefully one day I can make it out to Brazil and watch a match, actually. I'd love to go out there. So, yeah, absolutely. Here's Kayembe. Come on, Edu. Prove me wrong, please. Boller. Ugh. Come on. I know I dislike Kayembe and Suzuki, but when they play, you know, I do want them to do well ultimately. I don't wish them failure. I do have to clarify that. Kayembe turns. Actually does quite well to hold off his man. Loses the ball in the end. Wins it back though. Well done, Edu. Cipriani. Out to Formosa Mendy. This is good by Watford. A good spell of possession. Haven't really created a clear-cut chance. You know, other than that loser shot, which was kind of an effort from outside the area, we haven't really made any sort of chance for our two strikers. Or Semedo nearly getting on the end of that. Nestri Iran Kunde now picking up the ball. Edge of the box, shooting towards the Watford fans in this second half, I must add. Here's Loser, looking to do a dinked ball, over to Mark Boller. Loser again, dictating play now, Imran, which is what we like to see. Matty Pollock. Will says, seems like the perfect time for Bar to come on. Abner Silva says, where do I watch Watford? What channel do I use? In the UK, we have Sky Sports. So in Brazil, you won't have that. But yeah, in the UK, we have Sky Sports. Like maybe you have ESPN you can use in Brazil. I don't know what TV channels you use. But yeah, Sky Sports is the main channel for football in the UK. Oh, here we go. Oliver's come back with his Indian order. We'll look at that once his Watford attack's finished. I'm gonna have to time out the the Brazilian Watford fans slightly spamming my chat here. Here's Iran Kunda. Oh. Okay, Oliver and his Indian order. Let's take a look. So Oliver says he had butter chicken, tandoori chicken, chicken biryani, pashwari naan, and poppadoms. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. It sounds great. Yeah, I can't handle spice too well. I've got to admit, I'm pretty, what's the word? weak when it comes to spices. Yeah, you're probably more adventurous than me, Oliver, I've got to say. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. The referee went over to speak to the manager of the stewards or something. And I don't know if something was said from the crowd towards one of the players maybe that needed to be reported. Will Smallbone, by the way, coming on for Millwall, obviously quite a recognisable name for fans of the Championship. I believe he was at Southampton previously. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Smallbone was at Saints for a few years. Abner says, have I ever been to the Watford Stadium? Of course, yes. If you have, say yes very loudly because I don't know how to speak English and I get it from Google Translate. Yes, yes, yes. I go every week. There you go. Hopefully Translate works for you. Daryl Graham says, James, I think our Brazilian friend would be able to get Sky Sports on a dodgy stick. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know if they have that in Brazil. Right. Let's be frank here. I'm very uninspired by this. I mean, so we made one concussion substitution, which was obviously mandated. It had to be done. Egil Selvik coming off for Nathan Baxter. That's fine. But no Kiram guard, no Vata, and no Kwadwo Bar at all on the pitch. I mean, we've had 2 weeks off. You know, Kwadwo Bar's not fatigued. I know we have to wrap him in cotton wool. But the guy could have played a 90-minute match of football today. Let's be frank. So, yeah, really strange by Paolo Pezzolano today. Some of his decisions. Good play here though. Here's Kayembe out to Bola. The ball goes to the back post. There's no one there for Watford. Good ball. No one there to head it in. Here's Pollock back to Bola. The ball being recycled here. Jerry says, hello, James. Hello again, Jerry. Would I consider meeting up for you in Watford for a beer? Would I consider meeting up with you for a beer? I'll have a think. I'll have a think about that, Jerry. Come back to me on the next live stream and we can talk about it then. If Wildstone ever play Watford, I'd be more than happy to. Although I'm not a huge drinker, but for you, Jerry, I'd make the exception. Oh. Okay, so we're approaching the 70-minute mark now, and we are playing exactly the same as we did in the first half. Thank you guys from Brazil. We love you. Well, thank you for João Pedro and Richarlison, as I said earlier. Finally, yes! Paolo has listened. Paolo has listened. 3 substitutions coming on. I saw Luka Kiramgard. I saw Kwadwo Bar. And I saw, interestingly, Caleb Wiley. So, finally, Paolo has listened. Some attacking substitutions coming on very shortly. Jerry says, thanks, James. Great stream, and will tune in when I can, even though I hate Watford. Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. I do love our banter. Oh, Magnus, I'm sorry. I do apologise. Magnus says, I thought we'd scored when you celebrated those subs. There's been nothing else to celebrate. There's been nothing else to celebrate. So some positive substitutions for me is worthy of a celebration. I do apologise about that. I am sorry. Oh dear. Offside. Oh, that's a shame. Iran Kunda got himself free actually in some space there. Yeah, but he was just offside. Okay, the 3 substitutions are happening. Caleb Wiley coming on for Mark Boller. Good stuff. Good to see Caleb Wiley back in the team. For Mozamendi, for me, had a poor game. He is being taken off as well for what looks to be Kwadwo Bar. So either a change of shape or Kwadwo Bar playing at right wing back, and Luka Kiramgard is coming on for Vivaldo Semedo, which is yeah, probably what I would have done actually. Okay, here we go. Oliver says, I always hate the Monday night game. They're the worst ever. I think this time as well, Oliver, we had all of the games over the weekend, and then we're the only team playing today. Usually there's like a Premier League game or another Championship game. But we're literally, I believe, the only professional game in England being played today in the top 4 leagues. So, yeah, strange. And we had to wait extra long, of course, as well because of the international break. Abner Silva says, is it nice to live in England? If so, say yes. It is nice. It's not nice to live in Luton, though. If you're ever going to visit England, do not travel to Luton. MB says, what happened to Selvik? He suffered a concussion, so Watford substituted Selvik at half-time with a concussion substitution. And yeah, Nathan Baxter come onto the pitch. Oh dear. Do subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. It'd be very much appreciated. Let's take a look at where we're at for subscribers actually. Here come Millwall on the attack. Oh, big chance here. Oh, massive chance. Cleared by Watford. Thankfully. Goodness me. Another 2 subscribers would be nice actually. We're on 1,703. So let's try and get to 1,705 on today's stream. I'm sorry, I'm just staring into the camera, but there's nothing else for me to say. It's just so. It's just so boring. It's just so boring. Nothing's being created at all. Oh, here we go. Good defending in the end there by Watford. I can feel my cold coming back. My sinuses are getting all bunged up again, but not too long left to go, actually. Oh, a good shot on target there by Millwall. Ballo. Nathan Baxter being forced into the first save of his first Watford appearance. Daryl Grimes says, James, what is my prediction for the full-time score? Well, my match prediction was 2-0 to Watford. That's clearly out of the window, given you guys got the first goal. So, optimistically, I'm going to say 1-1. Maybe we get like a late equaliser. But yeah, I think we'll lose. I think we'll lose, and I think the pressure will be so heavy on Paolo after this. Like, honestly, the atmosphere in that away end will be really sour and really toxic. I have no real faith in at the moment. I don't have any faith in Paolo generating results. Abner Silva says, what is the biggest team in Brazil? Of course, if I know. I couldn't tell you the biggest team in terms of fan base, but I do love Fluminense. So, yeah, I'll say Fluminense. James, I need a chicken vindaloo with fresh green chilies. I probably do, actually. I've just been taking loads of paracetamol, really. I mean, is that even the right thing to do? I don't really know. Here's Kayembe, edge of the box. Ball to the back post. Again, no one quite there to get something on that, really. Frustrating. Oliver says, have you missed something with no Selvik? So, yeah, Selvik, Oliver started the match. But, yeah, during the process of trying to save the free kick that Millwall scored, his head collided with the post. He received treatment, seemed okay. But, yeah, in the end, he was taken off at half-time. Dean says, what is our injury list like? It's actually okay. I mean, bar maybe Georgie, there's not really many other players out injured. So, yeah, Ngaki is out, Georgie's out, Wiley's back, Duomo's available, Doomby is available. So, yeah, pretty much everyone's back bar Georgie Shatfatazzi. I'm I'm struggling to understand the questions from our Brazilian fan now. Do I live every day? I like you without knowing what you're talking about. Well, if you're trying to flirt with me, I mean, hit me up in my DMs. I'm available. I'm joking. Yeah, I don't understand your question. Magnus says, James, who is my favourite Premier League team? I'm going to say Chelsea. I went to my first ever football match, actually, wasn't a Watford match. It was a Chelsea match my friend took me to in primary school. So, yeah, I had a soft spot for Chelsea when I was younger. And then I started going to Watford regularly. Most of my family supported Watford, and yeah, I was taken more and more and more until I became a Watford fan. So yeah, I'll say Chelsea, and also because João Pedro's there as well. So yeah, I've got to back Pedro. Oh, he means live chat. Okay, I get it. I get it. Yeah, I don't know how long Selvik will be out for, Oliver, with concussions. I mean, sometimes players can be ruled out for 2 to 3 weeks. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully, it's not too serious with that. Here's Iran Kunda shooting. Oh, what a shot by Iran Kunda! Oh my god! I thought he scored a banger. Oh my god! Blimey, Nestri Iran Kunda there. Is that not a Watford corner? Bender in the Millwall goal making a real instinctive save. Iran Kunda on his weak foot as well. What a shot that is, straight at the keeper. And yeah, Wiley sends it over in the end with the follow-up. A good strike by Iran Kunda there. That's a shame. That's a shame. Felipe Gajo says, at least better than a few seasons ago when Watford were 3-0 down at the Den before half-time. Oh yeah, that was a miserable game, Felipe, that one. Dean says, my first game was Watford at home against Oldham. Kevin Phillips was up front. How well does that make me feel? Yeah, I mean, I started having a season ticket when we had like Mate Vidra and stuff in the team. So, yeah, you probably feel old now, I imagine. Abner Silva says, how much is a Watford shirt in pounds? £60, but they usually reduce the price towards the end of the season to £20, £30. So if you want a Watford shirt like this one, just wait until later in the year, and they reduce the price. Oliver says, anyone actually know what's wrong with Georgie? I thought he was injured because he wanted to move. He can't still be injured. Apparently some sort of foot issue, some sort of loose bone or something in his foot, like a small like hairline fracture, or yes, something weird like that, Oliver. They've not really been that clear with the injury, so yeah, still injured apparently. No idea when he's due back. Oh, you know what I need actually? I need to go to like a sauna or a steam room would be lovely to like clear my nose. Yeah, when I was on the holiday earlier in the year, they had a steam room and it was so nice. So yeah, I hate being ill. I don't get ill that often actually. But yeah, as soon as it hit December this year and the weather started changing, I just suddenly caught, a couple of colds, which is, yeah, quite frustrating. Is a shirt expensive there? If so, say yes. Yes, I would say it's expensive. The Elton John shirt's certainly expensive. Yeah, £76. I mean, you guys might disagree, but I saw the shirt in person, the Elton John shirt. I wasn't that impressed. I really wasn't. It just looked like a blue T-shirt to me with Elton John's logo. Yeah, I will buy one eventually, but yeah, not a huge fan of the Elton kit really. It's nice, but it's not like a 10 out of 10. The Millwall fans getting a bit rowdy now as the game comes towards its end. Goes out for a throw. Magnus says he's looking forward to KB versus Pompey. I certainly am. Yeah, maybe a watch along for that next week as well. I'm not going to do as many watch alongs this season, I've decided. I do want to go to a few more matches myself away from home and watch a few more on TV myself as well at home. But yeah, Portsmouth away, I probably will do a watch along for that actually. Yeah, I kind of tried that, Oliver. It's a good tactic. Yeah, I just hate being ill. I try and go running every day as well, or every other day. But when I'm ill, I don't have the energy for it. And when I can't exercise, I get so like frustrated. So, yeah, hopefully I recover soon. Here we go. Here come Watford. Oh, good ball actually. Here's loser. Out to Matty Pollock. Hector Cipriani wins the ball back just about. Here's Edu Kayembe. Loser. Elaine. Rocco Vata coming on now as well. You see, this frustrates me. I mean, why put a player on? You know, Rocco Vata, I thought against Blackburn was one of the brighter sparks, actually. But yeah, why put Vata on for the last 5 minutes? It makes no sense at all. You know, he should have been on 15, 20 minutes ago. Abner Silva says, what time do I finish the live? What time does the game end? I would say maybe 10 more minutes before the game ends. Oliver says, never thought I would say this, but I wish we had the traitor Rob Edwards back. No. I like you, Oliver, but I can't have Robbie Edwards back. He's been at Luton. He's tainted now. Yeah, stinky Rob Edwards. Can't have him back. Danny Roll's the one for me. I'm so like tunnel visioned on him. I really like Struber actually, but Gerard Struber's at Bristol now, and by all accounts doing quite well there. So yeah, it was between Struber and Danny Roll for me in the summer, and they appointed Paolo Pezzolano. So yeah, clearly the club don't care what I say, which is fair enough. Here's Vata making an impact already down this left hand side. Yeah, Paolo will have massive questions to answer. Even if Watford get a late equaliser here, I think fans will be, you know, rightly frustrated at the performance. Corner for Watford. Owen says, you don't want him, but you have a feeling our next manager will be Ruben Sayers. Oh no. He had a bad start to the season before getting sacked at Sheffield United. Oh! Cleared off the line! Cleared off the line! Wow! Watford that close to equalising. Luka Kiramgard with the header. It deflects off a Millwall defender and is cleared off the goal line. Wow, that is the closest Watford have come today to getting back into this game. And we are approaching the 90-minute mark now, and the Millwall goalkeeper rightly or wrongly, goes down over the ball, trying to waste a bit of time here. Did the goalkeeper get a hand on that? Let's take a look. So yeah, Luka Kiram guard down. That's a good save by the Millwall goalkeeper. That's frustrating. Abner Silva says, who's my favourite Watford player? Right now, I would say it's between Iran Kunda, Kwadwo Bar, and Hector Kipriani would be my 3 favourite players. Come on, Watford. How much added time have we got? It's not flashed up on the screen yet. Hopefully, not very long actually. 4 minutes. I can't see Watford getting back into this game. Millwall, by the way, charging a ridiculous ticket price. This is one of the reasons I didn't go, actually. £36 for an adult ticket today. I mean, luckily my brother's slightly younger, so he gets concession pricing. I think he paid like £24. But yeah, £36 for the ticket, plus the train to London, food, Uber. I always have to get an Uber from the train station. So yeah, it's just an expensive day out, especially if you lose as well. Oliver says, thoughts on Dembele winning the Ballon d'Or. I didn't know it had been announced. Is that confirmed? Can anyone confirm that's true? I assume it is. Yeah, I love Dembele. I thought he should have won. So yeah, glad about that. I didn't think Lamine Yamal, should have been the winner really. So yeah, for me it should have been between Salah and Dembele. So yeah, who was the? Can you tell me who the top 3 were? So Dembele first. I assume maybe Yamal second. Yeah, I don't know who would be in at 3rd place. Yeah, 2 minutes left to go. I mean, let's be honest here. We're not going to win. We're not going to get a goal here, are we? I mean, it's just dreadful. Honestly, I'm going to the match on Saturday, as I usually do, and go to every home match. If we lose to Hull City, I think I probably will be done with Paolo at that point. I just don't have the patience. Watford have just created a mindset in me and the fan base where we're just fed up with it now. We're fed up with the constant cycle. And they've been clear in their goals for this season. They said they want, the top 6 at the very minimum. They want a playoff push. So yeah, if we're not picking up results, my patience is short-lived this season. So yeah, big pressure on Paolo if we can't get a late equaliser here. Oh, the referee gives the foul in Millwall's favour. A minute left to go. Imran Louza visibly frustrated. Daryl says, James, he's my favourite Millwall player. Oh, Daryl, don't ask me that. I refuse to say. Yamal, Vitinha, Rafinha. Yeah, Rafinha actually was a big contender, wasn't he, actually? Oh, here come Millwall. They could get a second here. Just inside Watford's penalty area. They've gone over to the far corner flag now to waste a bit of time. Kwadwo Bar does win the ball back. Should be a Watford goal kick. Referee gives a throw, I think. Referee should be blowing up any moment now. And Watford, if the game ends as it is now, we're one place above the relegation zone. I know we're early in the season, but it's not a good place to be. Millwall have the shot. Hector Cipriani plays out from the back. And Millwall take the 3 points. Game over. Finito. Done. Let's stop the scoreboard there. Oh, what can I say? What can I say? I mean, I went on my rant earlier. Let's just conclude my general thoughts and feelings. I'm not going to even go too in on the players today. Clearly the players should be doing better individually. I think that's right. All the floodlights have just gone out at Millwall, by the way, as well. I'm not quite sure what happened there. But yeah, generally, how do I feel? I feel that deep in my heart, I don't feel Paulo's the right man for this job. The squad we have, I think, is of a good standard and a good quality. And I feel to take a risk on an unknown manager who didn't have really a grasp of the English language, let's make that perfectly clear, for me is quite bizarre. Now, of course, Paulo, if he had come in and won most of his first games, I wouldn't be asking these questions now. I think that's fair to say. But he doesn't help himself with the formations and some of his substitutions and team selections. So what I will say is I do think he's got one game left to save his Watford future. Maybe that's hugely reactionary. I don't know. But I think his time as Watford manager might be coming to an end. I think that's who we are as a club. We are the sacking club. We are the laughing stock in English football. And unfortunately, once again, I think we are going to go down that road and bring someone else in, whether that's an experienced head who's been in this division before to try and bring some stability, or again, a young prospect. I don't know. But if we don't beat Hull City next weekend, for me, I would say that's curtains on Paolo Pezzolano's tenure at Watford. And you know what? Today, if we'd lost and still put in a fantastic performance, it wouldn't be so bad. But there was nothing in that game today that suggested to me these players really wanted it with Paolo. There was nothing to say, they really wanted to fight for the guy, if you will. So, I'll leave it there. I may do a match reaction. Who knows? There's nothing really to react to. Millwall scored a free kick and Watford didn't create anything else. I thought both teams actually were pretty crap, to be honest with you. But fair play to Millwall. They ultimately deserved the win with their goal. Really great free kick. And I'll leave it there. I'll just take a quick look at some of your comments before I go. Sorry, I've got the hiccups now. I do apologise. Theme Park Ted, the last time we beat Millwall was in December 2013. Wow. That's a long time ago. Daryl says it's still very early in the season. Watford can still move up in the league. There's so many more games to play. Keep your chin up. Well, it is hard. It's hard. We've been so crap for so many years, Daryl. I mean, the away end very quickly filtering out there at the end. The Watford fans not sticking around at all. Abner Silva says, what is my Instagram? It's at TheWatfordWay on Instagram. Do go and follow us on there. Melanie says, thanks, James. No problem. We all suffer together. We all go through this at the same time. You're not on your own when you're watching Watford. You always know you've got fellow fans watching the misery with you. So, pretty crap. I'm sure I'll talk about Hull City later in the week with our match preview. But yeah, Sky Sports showing the table there. -2 goal difference. Watford level on points with Derby in 22nd place. Millwall have gone up to 10th place on 10 points. And Middlesbrough flying high. I mean, Middlesbrough, I think they're 11 points ahead of Watford already at this stage of the season. Wow, 11 points ahead of Watford, Middlesbrough. So, yeah, I think we can certainly say Watford won't be getting automatic promotion this season. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there. I'll dive into it more if I do a match reaction tomorrow. And of course, our usual preview for Hull City will be out probably on Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. So, yeah, immense disappointment. I can see Tommy Smith in the Sky Sports studio there as well. Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it there. I'll stop rambling now. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your company. Our next watch along will probably be next Wednesday as Watford take on Portsmouth away in the Quadwo Bar Derby. Looking forward to that one. Although, will we have a new manager at that point? Time will tell. You never know with Watford. You never know. I could wake up tomorrow and see a new manager in the dugout. Who knows? But yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Do go and check out all our other socials, and